So, good morning, friends. Can you all hear me? I'm talking close enough. um, when I sat down to write this, I found myself saying, what if I never came to Landmark? What would my life be like today? I find myself living in those what if moments. I think I ask those questions because I'm often afraid of taking chances. I'm afraid of what will happen if I fail or things don't turn out the way I had imagined they would. Remembering my first few weeks at Landmark, as well as orientation being one of the most challenging times for me, I carried a stress ball in my pocket because I was so nervous, and it really helped ease the idea of change. As someone with ADHD and anxiety, transitions are very challenging for me. At the time, I remember asking myself frequently, what if I leave? What if I just go home now? I remember one of my first times going to the dining hall. Of course, I remember asking myself, what if I don't make any friends while I'm here? I remember sitting alone at a round table, 5 empty chairs around me, and was so bothered when this guy and his friends came and sat with me. I had this idea that if I avoided making any connections, it'd be much easier for me to leave. I went as far as telling him that I didn't want friends and to just leave me alone. Today, that guy's actually my fiance. Sorry. He helped me realize that I can make connections at Landmark. My academic journey has not been an easy one, to say the least. I actually attended 2 colleges before I came to Landmark, both of which I failed out of. I came to Landmark with the plan to be here for 1 semester, learn the skills I needed, and then move on. My first semester was far from perfect, nor was it easy. I was actually placed in partial credit. I was trapped in a mindset of why do I need to be at Landmark? Again, asking, what if this was the wrong decision? Everything changed when I began my first class with Rebecca Maddie. Never in my life have I had a professor who's so innovative, creative, and certainly patient. I still remember sitting in her office, reading my psychoeducational testing for the first time in my life. No one has ever taken the time to explain what this all meant to me, and it was actually the first time I've heard that I'm dyslexic. That same semester, I was diagnosed with ADHD, and let me tell you, this made so much sense. Would I understand my learning difference if I never came to Landmark? Landmark was the first place I've had someone ask me what my learning difference was, and me be able to answer without crying. It was the first place someone asked what my strengths are and what I'm good at. Landmark was the first place I gave a speech, had a leadership role, loved to learn, and learned how to use my voice. Landmark's the first place that I truly felt success. These successes did not happen the second I stepped foot on campus. Landmark requires a lot of hard work, and this work happens both inside and outside of the classroom. Finally, things began to make sense. I was learning how to learn, and I loved this feeling. My second semester, I learned how to use my voice. Advocating for myself and becoming a leader is what led me to where I am today. Throughout my time at Landmark, I spent countless hours with Denise Higgins, my academic advisor. Denise was and still is an invaluable person in my life and to Landmark's community. Over the years of knowing Denise, she has taught me how to challenge situations, ask the hard questions, be proud of my learning difference, and she continues to find confidence in me even when I seem to not be able to find it in myself. She helped me realize why I came to Landmark. I was surrounded by a circle of people who believed in me even when I would lose faith in myself. By the end of my time at Landmark, I was a campus ambassador, a resident assistant, a research assistant with ELSER, vice president of Phi Theta Kappa, a New Century Scholar, and proud of who I was becoming. This newfound passion for learning, voice, and leadership skills did not end when I graduated with my associate's degree from Landmark in 2016. Landmark gave me the confidence I had never felt before and helped launch me into the next chapter of my academics. I transferred to Paul Smith College, a small liberal arts school in the Adirondacks. Like I said before, transitions are less than easy for me, but this one seemed to come more naturally as I had filled my toolbox with all the skills to continue being successful. Within the first few weeks, I was faced with a challenging conversation with my advisor, this belief that ADHD is not a learning difference and that being dyslexic is really going to hold me back in life. I realized that I had left the beautiful neurodiverse bubble of Landmark. Before Landmark, if someone made these comments to me, I would have backed down and allowed their opinions to slow me down. I reached into my Landmark toolbox and advocated for myself. I pivoted and was able to make the changes I needed in order to be successful. I completed my Bachelor's of Science in Hotel Resort and Tourism Management at the top of my class. Fast forward to today. Recently, the what ifs popped up again. I was accepted to NYU's Masters of School Counseling program. I found myself worried about the what ifs. But the truth is, I can do it because Landmark gave me the ability to believe I could. Landmark gave me the tools, so I'm the one in control now. Landmark truly is the college that changes lives. So I propose a few questions to you all. What if you never came to Landmark? What if you find your voice and success here? What if while you're here you realize you are good enough and you all are smart? What if you discover that you too love to learn? What if you realize being neurodiverse is actually a superpower? And what if you become proud of your learning difference? What if you let Landmark change your life? Thank you.